Why? Hello and welcome everybody. Also good morning. So today I wanted to go ahead and update you guys again with where the bear druid currently is. So we're level 47 and our character has a little bit of an identity crisis, as does every druid. So we're pretty much trying out the different druid skills, and we have recently had access to this nice skill called Rampage. Rampage is the one where you basically you run, here I'll just show you, you kind of run around, you start stomping everywhere. Now to set this up and to make it smooth, there's a few things you want to know. So I have opted out to go for Furious Wellspring, primarily for the maximum rage. I really don't think you need this to play it, and the reason you don't need it is because you can lean on Ferocious Roar. So the two things we'll talk about here will be your Fury of the Mountain, sorry, not Fury, your Ferocious Roar and your Rampage. Now, Ferocious Roar essentially makes it so you can Warcry like this, and you can generate a bunch of rage with it, specifically by utilizing the Raging Cry support. Now, as a bear, when you spend rage, which we're going to be doing all the time, you're going to naturally generate endurance charges like this. You can utilize endurance charges to bypass the cooldown of Ferocious Roar like this. You can see there we double cast it. There's another cast. So what that means is when you're on a boss fight, you can actually sustain your Rampage. So just at the moment, we're running Magnified Area with Raging Cry, and then I'm running Momentum with Burgeon, or however, Bourgeon. I don't know how you say this one. Bourgeon sounds kind of nice, but I know that's not how you say it. So I've also done a big respec on the passive tree, as I wanted to lean into Zealot's Oath, but it's just, regeneration is just so awful in the early game. So I don't really care for that. So I decided to drop it and go the bottom side. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Shark Pit real fast. So if you want, you can use like your, whatever this skill's called, Fury of the Mountain, I think it's called, to start generating these. I don't know how much it really helps. So from here, I'm just going to quite literally Rampage. And I'm going to Rampage and run in a circle around the guy. Okay, and, well, normally that doesn't happen, but he's a shark. So he kind of just disappeared. Surely he pops up any second now. Any second now. Okay, here we go. It's honestly, for the links we have currently, this is pretty solid damage. So if you look at the rage now, we're going to Warcry, and we're full again. And then you can just continue. One thing I will note is you want to stop the... You want to kind of stop the Rampage a little bit before it ends. And the reasoning why is because the Shaman Ascendancy makes it so, for the node we're using specifically, Furious Wellspring, whatever it's called, we'll go look at it again. It makes it so every cast costs 5 minimum rage. So what this means is if you're rampaging and you run all the way out to the end of the duration, you actually have to wait before, you see how it's grayed out? You have to wait because it costs a minimum of 5 rage, right? So that's one thing you want to make sure of, and that is this right here, Furious Wellspring. So that's the +5 rage. Other than that, things feel pretty good. I will say that Rampage feels a little bit funky, I'm not gonna lie. There's some times where it just stops working for me, but for general clear, I mean, it's just on a 2-link, I haven't even jewelered it. It feels pretty solid. It also, I come into some weird scenarios here where essentially when there's only a few mobs and you can't get a lot of rage gen, I need to have like a filler skill, right? But in the end, I really want to try out Walking Calamity. This is just something I kind of decided to level with, and it feels really good outside of the weird funk that it has sometimes where it just stops. Anyway, it works out pretty well. I'll go ahead and flash kind of the rest of the stuff here. So, Fury of the Mountain, I'm using like Rage, Rapid Attack, Upheaval. You definitely don't need Rage with this setup. This was for how we were leveling previously, so feel free to slot in like Primal Armament or something else here. The thing is, this setup is very weird because Fury of the Mountain is essentially almost all fire damage, and your Rampage is pure physical. So you kind of get into a weird split on how you're scaling the character, and I don't know if you're supposed to take like Avatar Fire and convert them all, or I'm not really fully sure. So this is something that we are figuring out. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of keep you guys updated with what we are doing. It's working out pretty well. Leveling with Rampage really feels incredibly strong for just a 2-link. So I will catch you guys all later. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. Hope you guys have been enjoying your league start, and I will see you guys all on the live stream at twitch.tv/Pohx. Take care, and thanks for watching.